This is the first time this maid has cleaned a room without wearing underwear. Working speed is very fast. But because too tired, then he fell asleep in bed. In a comfortable position and fall asleep. That day was the day the young tycoon returned to Korea. His family has celebrated a party. Everyone was so busy that when Kim Yo-yeon woke up, she realized she was asleep. Geez. He was scared. Then hastily took his basket and left. But fate arranged for her to meet the young master by accident. They look around. But fate brings them together. Madam called Yo-yeon to greet the old lady. Since he didn't understand the rules, he just knocked on the door and went inside. He was very angry, scolding Yo-yeon, only with his permission, may clean the room. He was so sad. It was obvious the woman asked him to do it. But now being scolded by the old lady. But his pitiful appearance he touched the young master. During the party, young master Suyuk meets Yo-yeon again. He stared at her. Instead, the maid dodged and hastily left. While eating, the grandmother mentioned a rich lady and wished she could marry him. But Suyuk said he already liked another girl. After saying that, he looked around. But Yo-yeon wasn't here. He didn't worry at all, because he was sure that they would meet again. Suyuk prepares to sleep, but as he turned around, he saw a hair tie on the bed. He found this looked exactly like Yo-yeon's hair tie. Incidentally, Yo-yeon also cannot sleep tonight. So he came out then accidentally disturbed the young master who was listening to music. He just explained he couldn't sleep. So he went for a walk. Unexpectedly, he got lost. Suyuk smiled and walked towards him. Then take out the hair tie. Yo-yeon hurriedly took it. I accidentally dropped it while I was asleep in bed. Is my bed soft? He did not expect that such a rich young tycoon. But worried that the maid will not sleep well. Do you want to change rooms with me? Might be interested. Suyuk suddenly realized the maid's bed at home can make her sleep well. Yo-yeon was also unexpected. The first time they met, the young master forced him to change beds. He thought the young master was stupid. He didn't understand why the young master couldn't sleep on a soft bed like this. And now Suyuk is lying on his bed. Miss her smile. Then slowly fell asleep. The next day, Yotan wakes up. She's so pretty. At this time, he saw a photo frame placed face down in the corner of the table. He saw a photo of the young master. When he was a child, he was having fun. He wiped the dust on it. Then returned the photo to its original place. Then he got to work. Currently Suyuk still has not come out. Everyone doesn't understand what happened. He had never slept like this before. In fact, he didn't know either. The reason he slept soundly like that in Yo-yeon's bed. This is something that has never happened in 20 years. Geez. But when he saw the photo on the table, he was furious. Suyuk looked for Yo-yeon. Warn him not to cross the line. I'm just changing bedrooms. Not allowed to touch things in my room. Don't touch anything. After saying, he left, leaving Yo-yeon confused. Previously, he had thought that this family member also had a secret. Except for this young master. Unexpectedly, to him she was still only a maid. One day, the rich miss goes to Suyuk's house. Incidentally Yo-yeon who was in charge of welcoming guests. He cordially welcomes guests into the house. Maybe because he met Yo-yeon. So Suyuk nodded. Rich lady is looking at Suyuk. But he just stared at Yo-yeon. This rich lady has prepared everything for this blind date. Based on everyone's hobby. He gave her a present. Everyone really likes this lady. Seeing everyone is very happy. Yo-yeon who was standing beside him felt very self-deprecating. It was true that the social status between the two was too different. Yo-yeon's every move, Suyuk didn't hesitate to express his favorite gaze towards him. Until that night. Because he couldn't sleep, he went to Yo-yeon's room again. Let's change rooms. But because the problem occurred in the morning, so Yo-yeon already refused. But Suyuk says I can only sleep well here. Now he remembered the words of his comrades. Why can't the young master meet his biological mother? Maybe this is the reason he cares about the photo. So Yo-yeon softened again. Agree to his request. Last time only. Not sure yet. But neither of them know. There were people secretly watching them. This maid suddenly realized. The device he wore around his waist monitored his every move. He was very worried. about the matter of changing beds with the young master last night. At this time, the madam quietly pressed the button. After a while, Yoyin to her room. When he was worried, so madam suddenly gave him a check for 1,000,000 won, forcing him to pay attention while cleaning the young master's room. If something is out of the ordinary, report it to him. Yoyin understood that she was worried about the competition for rights in this rich family. Of course, if he did well, there would be an added bonus. Happy cooperation. But Yoyin was very confused, even though he needed a lot of money to pay off the debt for his father. But he also did not go against his conscience. Someone who works hard as often as Yoyin now can't sleep. At the same time, Suyuk too. He went to his room again, quietly knocked on his bedroom door. He said he couldn't sleep. But when he asked to change rooms, Su Yoyin already refused. It was at that moment that a voice sounded in the hallway. He was frightened and immediately pulled Suyuk into the room. Both of them were shy. Suyuk felt very surprised. He feels the relationship between them is unusual. Yoyin was so nervous. He doesn't want to be fired. You can't understand my life. Unexpectedly, he was so stressed because of work. At this time someone was knocking on the door. As it turned out, the butler had called him out for work. After Yoyin left, Suyuk lay down on his bed. Then sleep there. Currently Yoyin back to the room. Seeing him sleeping soundly, Yoyin smiled. Because I don't want to bother him. He could only sit on the carpet. Then overslept. Tomorrow, Suyuk saw Yoyin working hard. He suddenly remembered about yesterday. It was the first time I felt touched for a girl. Yesterday he had a beautiful dream. Saw a girl sitting on the floor. He heartbrokenly carried her to the bed. Cute appearance. Also imprinted in Suyuk's heart. Someone who had never cared for someone like him. Now gently cuddle him onto the bed. When I thought there would definitely be a kiss scene. Then he gently covered her with the blanket. Then quietly left the room. Unexpectedly, Suyuk make Yoyin face difficulties. Maid stands nearby watching them. Tells about the young master sneaking into Yoyin's room. To Mrs. Yoyin still didn't realize the danger that would happen. Return the check to him. Madam looked at her. Then say, maybe you will need it. Yoyin still do not understand the purpose of Madam. But maybe he thought about the consequences. On that night, Suyuk accidentally met Yuyeon. He said he would be out tonight. When I'm not here, may you sleep on my bed freely. But definitely pay attention to your health. Yoon emphasized that the relationship between the two was not friend. But Suyuk doesn't care about this. Then he left. Right now, Yoyin still doesn't know. After Suyuk left, Madam already planned.